Okay, hello everyone. Sorry, there's technical problems. Um, this is the long range weather forecast discussion for February 21st to March 9th. We're going to first look at the period for February 21st to the 25th. And this is what we have here. Um, a piece of the trough, of the western trough, breaks off, moves into the east, ridge builds in the Intermountain West. But then we have another trough that will be advanced towards the west coast later in the period. Now, cold air will be arriving back into the east, and we'll look at that at the surface. And that'll come over the weekend as we get a front that'll move through right here. We'll have a warm front moving through first. This will bring warm air all the way up into the Great Lakes region. So we'll look at that for a second. We'll look at how warm it gets. So we'll go here to Thursday. Temperatures will be approaching 60 degrees up here in parts of the Midwest, Great Lakes region. Then the cold front moves through. All right. Then we will have a low pressure system that will be developing along the boundary south of there late Saturday. And we'll take a look at that system. First of all, it's out here in the west, right here. This is the system right here. This will move across. Now, they'll move across the south. We'll go here. We'll look at it in the upper levels. And we can see how this is the system right here coming through. All right. Now we have this piece of energy here, and we have another piece of energy. This has to move out so we don't have a northwest flow, which it does in time. Now this is the GFS, and like I always said, you gotta have this piece of energy, the southern piece of energy, run out ahead of the northern stream energy. And this is GFS, which it does, and then it begins to phase as we get later on in the period, forming a low off the northeast coast. We'll go to the surface. This is the GFS. Then we go to Friday, Saturday. We have a couple systems moving through. Then we have late Saturday. Here's the storm system developing. All right. So then we get to Saturday, Sunday. Here's the low bringing up. This brings heavy snow to parts of the area, 976 millibar. But then you look at the other models. This is European. Further out to sea, it develops a 988, less snow. Here is the European ensembles. Further to the south. And then we have the GFS AI. This is also a little bit further south, same kind of strength, 976. And we'll look at the European AI further out to sea, a little bit further north here. Brings some precipitation to the area, 963. This is a really strong storm. And this will bring a threat of rain, wind, and storm if this GFS scenario works out. We still have a lot of time to work this out. And then we have the Canadian and then the UK Met. It's also further out. So there's no one set track or that is set into that is being used right now, because it'll depend on these pieces of energies here and the upper levels coming together just right. Now we'll have marginal cold air, so that'll be what we for the storm. Okay, it won't be like the last big storm we had in the East Coast where temperatures were in the teens and we had heavy snow. That's rare. This will be like 30s or 30 degrees for snow. All right. Then, in addition, we'll go back here to the surface. We will have a large low developing off the northwest coast. You can see it here. And this will keep the region unsettled going into the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, okay? With rain and mountain snows. Okay, we're going to look at the period now for February 26th to March 2nd. Here's the GFS, a broad trough across the country. We look at the GFS ensembles, trough more to the north. And then we look at the European ensembles, same thing as a GFS. So for this forecast period, I am calling for, okay, let me see. I don't have my maps up. Hold a second. I have to turn on the drive. All right. Um, okay. All right. So for this forecast period, I am calling for. Come on, load. I am calling for above normal temperatures for much of this area here, with the anomalies of up to 6 degrees above normal in the orange, and for precipitation. I am calling for above normal precipitation here, and for this region, probability of occurrence is up to 40% here, and below normal precipitation for this area here, probability of occurrence is 35%. Okay, we're going to look ahead. This is for the period for March 3rd to the 7th. And what we have, this is GFS trough in the east, region in the west. Here's the ensembles. Okay, so trough ridge configuration. So for this forecast period, I am calling for above normal temperatures here, with anomalies of up to 6 degrees or more above normal here. Below normal temperatures for this region, with anomalies of 2 to 4 degrees below normal. And for precipitation, I am calling for below normal precipitation here, here, and for this region, probability of occurrence is up to 35%. One thing I want to note, currently we have several weather systems that will be moving across the country, and like on Thursday and Friday. So that will bring a threat of possible severe weather as this warm front lifts to the north. So we'll take a look at the amount of shear in the atmosphere. All right, go here. So this will be Thursday to Friday. This is where we're This is where we're expecting the severe weather to be. Now, also, see, because you have these strong winds here. So usually with these warm fronts, that's where we usually look for more of a spin in the atmosphere, as this will be high shear as winds change with height. So here we have a flow out of the Gulf, and then here we have a westerly flow. That'll set up the spin in the atmosphere for severe weather. That'll be probably tomorrow, maybe parts of Friday. So we'll keep an eye on the East Coast storm, because it depends how these pieces of energy move in across this area. So, all right, that's it for now. That is the long-range weather forecast discussion for February 21st to March 7th. That's it for now, and have a good night.